Hello, everybody. Welcome to another live stream from GeneaVlogger. I was about to say Professional Genealogist Reacts. Wrong channel. We're on the main channel today. So we're going to be doing a family tree build for Lil Dicky, who I can already see from the comments. A lot of you, especially in Europe, are like, who is that? It's been raining around here, which usually means that my Wi-Fi ends up getting a little bit slower. So hopefully we won't have any issues, although I've kind of seen it going up and down. I have kind of a light crew on the stream today, so hopefully we see that build up. Let's just do our quick go through of some people who are here. Just gonna click through. Hello, everybody. Glad that you could make it. Oh, yeah, according he's Jewish. Yeah, so that's part of why it shows Lil Dicky. He comes from a Jewish family. Sajuka, very much hope that you're safe and everything's all right for you. So, but yeah, hello everybody. Hello. yeah, we'll jump into it soon. So okay, yeah, so kind of a light crew today, but awesome to see so many familiar names and faces. So let's get this set up. So I've actually kind of already built out a bit of this tree, as you can see. So Lil Dicky had been one of the people I set for the poll for who should I build their family tree. I think maybe in the first one, I might have done him twice, but he never made it that high on the list. So I'm guessing part of it being why I'm getting a lot of people in the chat who I recognize saying, "Who is he?" For those who don't know who Lil Dicky is a rapper, actor, comedian, kind of does a lot of stuff. Very interesting career. Basically, had a very specific, or not a specific, but had a very I don't know. He had an idea of how to go about what he wanted to get, and he ended up doing it pretty well because he said he wanted to show that he was a comedic rapper and then go into acting and stuff. And now he has a TV show that's on Hulu. So if you're on Hulu, you should have access to that. Although I don't know, maybe not in the UK Hulu. But interestingly enough, I have kind of a odd, not a super odd connection to him, but I found out about him very early on because one of my friends from college, someone I hung out with him a good amount of time, but not a ton. But he went to the same high school as Lil Dicky, and so when Lil Dicky was starting to come out with stuff, this friend of mine from college would post it all the time on Facebook. So I saw it real early on. So I've always enjoyed his stuff. If you're not really into rap, you might not enjoy it, but he has a lot of funny, interesting stuff that's very unique. Anyway, for his family tree, I've already kind of built out a good amount because, as I mentioned before, I'd put him in the lists, but even though he wasn't chosen, I kind of wanted to just get something built up just in case maybe he was chosen. And then as I started to build stuff up, there was some stuff that I was like, I kind of want to see, where is his family coming from in, the Pale of Russia or elsewhere possibly, and wanted to just kind of get an idea of that. And then as I was going along, I was like, geez, there's so much I could really dive into with this. So let me do that. And so that's why today we're choosing this. No poll, no nothing. So we have a few different things going on here. And I think the first one I want to talk about is about his grandfather, Gerson Burd, who was a really interesting guy who, if I just went through the records available through Ancestry hints, I really wouldn't have learned much about him. But I ended up doing a bit more digging and ended up finding out that he was in a bombardier squad, or at least I should say I'm fairly confident that this is him. Couldn't find anybody else that would fit this. And I don't have super strong correlating evidence that it is him, other than newspaper records saying Gerson Burd from this military group from Philadelphia. But I couldn't find other Gerson Burds in Philadelphia. But it's just that always that question until you have something really strong correlation, like an address or something like that. So this is his page on this website for the 95th Bomb Group H. And here's a picture of his bomb group with the plane that he flew in the background. And that's him right there. Where is he? Gerson Burd Bombardier. So he was the Bombardier. And not only that, but we can see all of the missions that he flew, which was, obviously he was pretty active for a while there in 1944. And I'm not in depth, or I don't know the in-depth research of this. I don't know how to do good in-depth research of like bombardier groups and things like that. Like that's something I'd have to learn. And I did not spend enough time on doing researching his tree to do that yet. But I just thought this was really, really interesting to show. And I think that it's likely him because, as I said, I did a search for just Gerson Burd in newspapers, and especially going by 19. So like here we have this 1944 record. We can see combat bombardiers assigned to AAFBS, and we see Gerson Burd, Philadelphia, PA. So just some interesting stuff. So going up that Burd line, I think that's where we're going to start. So we have it traced to Gerson Burd and then to his father, Samuel Burd, and mother, Ethel. And there's this find a grave photo on his grave, which is kind of, damaged over the years, but there's his full grave. And let's see, Yeshua Bar Yitzhak. So his father is Yitzhak, Isaac. So presumably Isaac Burd. And then we do see, interestingly, we have Irvin Burd, who, if he's the first son, does it show? No. I'm just wondering if, his Hebrew name is Yitzhak and he was named after the grandfather, because you can't always say, like with a name like Yitzhak, you presume Isaac. But with Yitzhak, let me see. Okay, that should be coming in large enough. With Yitzhak, it's not always going to be that. Not everyone that has the typical Hebrew name is going to go by that standardized anglicized version. It's often, more than often, the case, but not always. And then in terms of what I had found, so we have, this is the death record for Samuel. And so we can see his wife, Ethel, unemployed, and then UK meaning unknown, but born in Russia. So this didn't give us much of anything in terms of that, but we did see Montefiore Cemetery. And one of the good ways, or one of the techniques for Jewish genealogy when trying to figure out where's the hometown that they came from, because obviously Russia, the time that he came over would have been, a massive area that now includes present-day Poland and Ukraine, Lithuania, Latvia, and elsewhere. So we want to figure out where he came from and when. So born 1894, obviously we can assume that he came after he was born because it says Russia. But looking at the census records, we can get an idea. Oh yeah, let's turn this on. Let's highlight households. So, is that right? That's not the right family. Yeah, no. What is going on? I must have clicked something. Let's go back. But basically, just look at immigration year, which they're 1913. Okay, but just showing it here, we get it 1913, and we see the Ethel 1908. So they came separately, meaning they may have met in the U.S., and we can actually kind of figure that out based on when they got married, if we can figure that out, which I don't think they have. Yeah, 1920, they didn't give us marriage years. But, being 26 and 27, 7 years prior, he was 19 when he came over, and then Ethel came over when she was younger, although, interestingly, she's older than him. Don't always see that. And then 1930, let's see, does it say the same thing? Marriage 22, 24, that gives us their marriage date. Okay, so yeah, but basically about the same thing, 1914, 1908. Now, interestingly, it says that he was naturalized. So, can we find his naturalization? He wasn't always naturalized. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. He owned a candy store. And actually, I wonder if what I'm doing is I'm looking in the newspapers to see if I might be able to find anything about him in his candy store. I don't see anything about candy in that. Newport. Samuel W. Burd. Whoa, when did Samuel Burd die? Oh yeah, he died 1936. So let's go back. Basically 1936. I wonder if we can. I don't know, obituaries. Same thing. Samuel Burd. Huh. I was hoping to maybe find something in there about his candy. Him and his candy. Okay. So came in about 1914. Father Isaac, presumably. So we'll go ahead and put that in because that can be helpful. And then we're going to search for him. The way we're going to do our search, Samuel Burd. Oh, yeah, the other thing that we want to figure out. So we're in Montefiore Cemetery. Doesn't look like they have those sections set. So when it comes to Jewish genealogy, looking at graves, it can be helpful in figuring out where they came from because cemeteries will often have specific sections for Landsmannschaften groups or beneficial groups, which were basically groups of Jews who came from specific towns who would then have groups in their new home. And so, like for my family in Philadelphia, we had the Tulchiners Beneficial Society because my family came from the town of Tulchin in Ukraine, in present-day Ukraine, and so there's a specific area in the cemetery where they're buried, where a huge amount of my family is buried, and it's the Tulchiners section. And so, if you can find, sometimes if there's like a map or something of the cemetery where it has the sections labeled, you can figure that out. I don't think this is going to have it really labeled because it didn't show it before. Because usually I think it would show it somewhere around here. It would mention something. Not always. Is that ads? Those are all ads. I really hate when they have the ads over here, like with the photos. So, okay. So the main goal we have now is figuring out where did the Burd family come from and possibly finding this immigration stuff. So we know Samuel Burd arrived about 1914. And so let's see if we can find anything just using this basic stuff. So we're just getting a census, which is not uncommon. So let's kind of change this stuff around a bit. See if that gives us anything. So we have Samuel Burd coming from Austria. So we have a lot of options. All right, let's. Yeah, so this is going to be difficult to figure out because if he did come over, it seems like he came over possibly with his name not spelled B-U-R-D, which makes sense. Also, not seeing any naturalization records, which I think is a bit surprising for when he's coming in, because at that time they were pretty. They had things pretty set. pretty standardized. But people could lie in the census records and just tell the enumerator, "Yeah, I'm naturalized. I'm a citizen." Totally. For sure. Okay. So we didn't find anything doing a search that way. So now let's see what we can find using Jewish Gen. Oh yeah, I need to log in first. Okay, so looking at Samuel Bird, we definitely have a decent sized list. Let's see anything for. Okay. Issue date 1970. Did somebody die in 1970? Could have been son Irvin. No, it says he was still alive in 68. Born 1912. Okay. So how do I want to go about this? So we've got Samuel, we've got Isaac Bird. So now what we might want to do, let's see. Boyd. See, the part of the where we're stuck right now is we only have really the surname, and we don't quite know where he came from. So let's see. Oops. Philadelphia. Yeah, that's a lot of stuff. A lot of birds. Ethel Bird, 1928. Is that Samuel's wife? Ethel? No, she lived longer. She remarried. Samuel. Let's see what this naturalization is. 1943. All right. So this is one of the beauties of clicking around. This is a certificate of arrival for naturalization records. And a lot of people miss this because, like you saw, I had to click back a page to find this. This is what her name is at the port of entry, New York. So presumably Ellis Island. Date September 22nd, 1908, coming in on the SS Kroonland. So for Ethel Clement, and I think, what do we have for her name? Clayman. So we're going to get a lot of great stuff on this. And we may, on the next page, I don't know for sure, we may get a photo. All right, so going back a page, so we get all the information on the arrival, so we'll be able to use that to find the manifest, which should give us a lot of great records. Then we have the information about her living at 2330 North 29th Street in Philadelphia. She's an operator on dresses, coming from Gradevki, Russia. So let's see. Not quite sure where that may be, but we can try to use the town finder. Let's see, what is it? Gordevki. If anyone has any guesses in the chat, but we'll take a look further. But now here we get, okay, we have Samuel, married November 4th, 1950, Philadelphia. He was born at Cherkassa, which I'm wondering if that's Cherkavsky Oblast, which is actually where my or close to what one of the towns where my family is from. So let's see. Okay. Starts with. There we go. That's what I was looking for. So this is right around Kyiv. And my family was in Fastov and Vasylkiv, which is, yeah, right down there. So I guess it's not like super far, but yeah, not too far. So, okay. So now we've got a little bit better of an idea. And this was filled out. When was this filled out? 1940. Okay. So, okay. So then we're getting a lot of other stuff on the children, Irving, Gerson. So Gerson is Lil Dicky's grandfather, Shirley. And then it even mentions Ethel Bird married a Mr. Diamond in 1944. Although I actually have her marrying a Ben Levin. So she might have gotten married multiple times. But now I'm going to the next one. Oh, there's a Gorda Shivka in Cherkasy region. Okay. Thank you, Sujuka. So, married to Lewis Diamond. And then do we get anything? No. Okay. So let's use this. Oh, that was probably not the one I wanted to. Okay. So we want to do a search. And all right, I'm actually kind of curious. I want to see Ethel Kilemnik. Arrival 1908. And here we go. There's the link to the naturalization we were just looking at, but here is the actual manifest record. Coming in, age 17. Where is she? Am I missing her? There we go. So we have Ethel Kalemnik and brother. So I guess this is the brother. Huh, this is... Oh, they were held for special inquiry. I wonder if the inquiry is available. Okay, let's see. What does that mean, special inquiry? Basically, that means that they're being held for more information. So record of aliens held for special inquiry. And then there's usually if there's aliens, so non-citizens, and then there are citizens on the ship, you may get two lists, one of just record of people held for special inquiry, and then others that are aliens held, and sometimes none. Okay. All right, let's actually go back. So manifest cause of detention 2:30 p.m. Admitted 9:23. They had 2 breakfasts and 2 suppers. Yeah. So they were detained. So hopefully, all right, let's see if we can find them in the detained. So Kalemnik. I know I've been clicking through these for a bit, but I mean, this is, when you're really doing in-depth research, this is what you need to do sometimes is you need to go through it a couple of times and question yourself as you're going through it. Are you fully understanding what you're reading? Is there anything that you might be missing? So I didn't see them. Okay. So what I actually am probably going to do, take out the name and just leave it Kalemnik. And that gives us the same page. All right, let's see if we can find them earlier in the states immigration. Okay, this is the secondary page. Okay, so let's see if we can find them in here, because they're obviously, the way it's not indexed, this happens sometimes where it's not indexed with the full thing for some reason. And you have to click through to find. Oh no, that's not what I meant. All right, let's see. I think we already looked at this one. Yeah. Accidentally hit the back button that's on my mouse. See, this is one of the things, I hope that this is enjoyable for people, because when I first thought of okay, doing live research in a stream, is that actually going to be interesting? Because I feel like there's going to be so many people that are just it's just sitting and watching me click through a lot of stuff half the time if you really want to do the in-depth research. So this is where we're doing that kind of in-depth research of, basically we know that this is indexed, but it seems that something's off with the indexing, and more than likely we really should find them in the manifest outside of just the list of special inquiry. So something's going on in terms of the names. And the indexing. And it's very possible, I don't know for sure, I'll have to look back, But these records are sometimes, is that it? No, that's not it. Are indexed using optical character recognition, OCR technology, which is not always the best. You can get a lot of stuff wrong. Okay, I see your comment, maybe, and I'll take a look in the Discord in a second. Yeah, I did a very basic basic search for his naturalization through Ancestry. The one good thing with searching for her in this is knowing that it's her and her little brother. While we're looking here, we know we should look for a name with one quotations mark underneath. Looking through a lot of this ship. Still the same thing, yeah. It's interesting to see all the, the various handwriting from the different immigrant officers. And it's so funny. These are the lists that are so controversial in the sense that these are the lists that a lot of people think, oh, if the name was wrong here, then that name followed those people for the rest of their lives. So one of the jokes amongst a lot of Jews is that there's, the old guy that was going through Ellis Island, and they were asking for his name, but he didn't speak English. So he asked the guy next to him, and the guy told him, oh, they're asking for your name. But then later they were asking for his name again, and he didn't know exactly what they were asking for again. And so, what is that, Citizens? It's missing a page. There's a page missing. There is a page missing, and that could be why we aren't seeing them. They might be on this missing page because this is the affidavit of surgeon, and then there should be the first page, which then this is the corresponding page, but that's not here. So I wonder if we could figure out which this is them anywhere. We'll be looking for 2. Panic. So it's very possible that they're on this page because I'm seeing a couple of different, doubled up. So we'd be looking for a self and a brother. But of course, this is all crossed out. So it's very possible that's what happened, but we'll keep going on just in case. So, and now I completely forgot what I was talking about before that. I noticed that. Okay, what are these? These alien or these citizen? Yeah, they're alien. Das Alien. All right, Kilmenic. You can really see too how many people are on these ships. I mean, we're still going through the same ship. Huh. Leonhardt. All right. Kill medic. I'm spending so much time on this. But this is how genealogy goes. How are my view numbers? Yeah, my view numbers are actually kind of low for right now. Nobody on Facebook. Oh, that's not right. That's right here. Let's. Okay. All right, let's I'm gonna pull up Discord to see what Maven shared. Okay, let's see. Oh, the community chat. Okay. Ah, you searched on Family Search. Oh, yeah, of course. Of course, of course, of course. Of course, of course. So this is found by the wonderful Berdashevsky. Wait, is this is definitely him? Yeah, the son. There we go. Okay, let's see. So Berdashevsky. Why is that's yeah, like the famous Berdashevsky? Like as in this Berdashevsky? In Podolia, which is actually where my ancestry is in, that town I talked about earlier, Tulchin. So interesting. Okay, so we've got a lot more information. Let's see anything here. So we have the declaration, which is a little bit earlier than the other one. So everybody give a shout out to Maven for finding that. So, and there we go, Cherkasky, Shia. Came through Bremen, 1894. Oh, born 20th of April, 1894. In Cherkasky. Berdashevsky. Okay, so let's update some of this stuff over here. So, because this is our focus right now, is this bird line. So, ski. So, Berdashevsky. Now that's going to greatly change how we search on Jewish Gen. I have to update my donation. Apparently, I haven't done that in a bit. Now let's just do Berdashevsky for now. And we're going to look in Ukraine. Oh, wow. We've got a lot of stuff going on. All right. Before we dive too fast into that, let's keep going through this. Okay. Yeah, Yeshua. Yeah, that was actually, if you remember, that is, I don't think we had to find the grave. That's what's on his gravestone. Yeshua. Or Yeshaya. Is it? Yeah, I guess it would be Yeshaya, not Yeshua. Or I guess, I don't know. See, the problem is there's no vowels, right? We got no vowels. So Samuel Berdashevsky, Isaac Berdashevsky. Let me just go ahead and add that in, because why not? Telemarketer calling me. Okay, let's get that stuff just updated and nice and clean. And going back to the stuff. Such an interesting signature, Berdashevsky. All right, so Irving Gerson confirms that all. Oh, look at that. Shaya Berdashevsky. Date of arrival, 1913. So let's look that up. Shaya Berdashevsky. How do they spell that? Yeah. Bird. Oh, yeah, that's right. Ooh, and there's even, so we have the Hamburg passenger list too. Unless, oh wait, there's multiple. Okay, so let's see when he arrived. What, February, wait, date of arrival, August 20th, 1913. Oh, Shia. Now, this seems to be showing that we're probably going to be dealing with a lot of people with the same name. Departs. So I don't think it would take that long. Where does it say they're from? Oh, destination Buenos Aires. Yeah, interesting. They went with B-U-R-D spelling. Yeah. Okay, so. Oh, it's not an I, it's a Y, but that shouldn't make a difference. All right, let's do this. Scheindel Berdachewski. What's the ship? What's the ship that he said that says he came on? Oh, he arrived in New Jersey. Or no, yeah. Port of entry, Philadelphia. Name of vessel, Castle. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Is that it? No, Prince Albert. Oh, what? Okay. Oh, well, here we go. Here's the naturalization here. Big group came August 2nd. Okay, so it's probably just. Now, which one looks nicer? That's the one thing that I feel like not enough people compare between the sites. Which one has the nicer digitizations? Although to be completely fair, I think it really varies. So, nothing super special different about this one. So, okay, let's get back to Chusky. Rival 1913. Let's see if we can find. Search. Pennsylvania. Okay. Special boards of inquiry. We don't know if he had been held for inquiry. We just want his. Port of Philadelphia records. No. Okay. US. Which one's going to be the one that we want? Okay. So here we go. We are looking for, when was it? Why do I keep moving this thing? Oh, yeah, because I wasn't looking there anymore. I was looking here. So we're August 20th, 1913. August 20th, 1913. And we're looking for Castle. And it's going to be at the end because we know it's the 20th. So let's see, what ship is this? The Castle. Boom. See, now the problem is actually finding them in here. So somewhere in here. I don't know why we couldn't find it through searching. I guess maybe not all of these not all of these are indexed. Okay, no, close that. Let's do that. So, all right. So now we're looking at manifest record. Now. See if we can find where this castle one starts. It's going to be a big ship, isn't it? Yeah, it's going to be a big ship. Let's see if I can spot that first page. Let's make sure I'm not passing it. Okay. So we did pass it. So let's see. America. We got castle there. Castle. Page 2. There we go. So we've got page 1 is back here. So how many pages is that to have to go through? It's a lot. See if we can find Berdachevsky. Although, actually, I searched on Ancestry. I didn't search on Family Search. Hope you all don't mind me cracking my knuckles. Chusky. The way that it's spelled makes me wonder if the person writing down his name knew Polish more than Russian. All right, so we've at least got. Let's turn off. Let's turn off Discord. Still load. Oh, seriously? All right, let's show it this way. All right. Family Search is so wacky sometimes. Family Search, you so silly. All right. So here we go. We've got Shaya Berdachevsky, place of birth, Cherkasy, Russia, 19 years old, merchant, can read, can write, name and address of nearest relative or friend still in the country. So his sister, Fega. And then he has destination, met my sister, Philadelphia, PA, sister, Basha, Mascus. And then let's see, reverse. There's no reverse. They didn't get the back of the card. Oh, come on. All right, so we've at least got a lot of good stuff going on here. So add sister, Vega. And this is good stuff because this is giving us enough that I mean, based on their age, I don't know if we'll be able to find them in a revision list, but you know, once you're starting to get siblings and kind of an idea of the family group back home, there we go. That really helps. And then also having this sister who's living in Philadelphia, now we can research her, and then that might turn up a lot more information on the family ancestry. By the way, notice height 6'2", tall guy. So add sister, Basha, Mascus. Spouse 2, 3, 4, 5. Was it Bascus or Mascus? Mascus. Yeah, that's true, Camo. NEHGS, the American Ancestors, has documents that others don't have through their Weiner Family Jewish Collection. Yeah. So that's something that whenever I finally make my way to Boston, I'm hoping to I'm hoping to go to. All right, so we're not getting anything for her yet. So, but this gives us some good stuff. And I think it seems like for some reason, I guess this just isn't digitized yet. Is it really that many? 2, no. Yeah, so once again, we'd be looking for 2. I wonder if they might be. Let's look. We'll look towards the end because it's possible that maybe they're no. Basically, I'm just wondering if maybe they got held for special inquiry or something, and then we can kind of get a quick jump on them or something. Okay. I think this page is a continuation. Yes, it is. Such a shame. Take too long to go through it all. So for a second there, it kind of did look like that might have been it, but I don't think so. Gosh, that'd be so cool if we could just luck out and just like stumble right upon it. But I don't think it's really going to give us any extra information other than what we've already gotten from that other card. Now, all of these stamps and stuff, that has to do with the naturalization stuff. So wherever we'd find him, there'd be stamps. Because that's basically later in time. So like notice all of the dates of the stamps: 1922, 1927, 1936. If you all can see that, I don't know if you can. So like see stamp 1936, 7. So okay. So, but I get the feeling that the Berdichevsky name is just a little too common. Oh, we have another missing page. Look at that. We've got the second part. See how it goes 12, 13, 14. Oh, that's one. Unless, is it an out? Oh, it might, no, it's not an out of order page. Okay. Enough of this. Let's get to this. So let's see. Cherkasy. It's not going to be Odessa. Let's look at births first. Actually, let's look at the business directory, 1913. So city, Talnoy, not really matching up with what we had. All right, let's, we're going to make it real specific. Town, phonetically like Cassie. Is that? Okay. So we have Mordko Patronymic Yukolev living in Cherkasy, Yankel Laser, Yosifov, and then Yos. So, okay. Very possibly related. Then we have revision lists. We have Mordko, Mendel, Volko, Mordko's father's Edel. And then we have Srul. So, although these dates are way earlier, so you know what the only thing we know so far about the family back here is really this Isaac, who would have been born 1860s, 1870s. All right, let me close out a lot of this extra stuff. Okay. So, all right, let's look at the voter records. Mordka. So kind of, yeah, same thing. So now we're going to try actually something a little different. Do a search in every field. No, okay. All right, they use 2 S's. Okay, Duma voter lists. So, interestingly enough, you want to learn a little bit about the Duma stuff. Check out Sam Arono's new video. I think that just came out today, which talks about the Duma. So, okay, so we've got a Baruch Berdachevsky, son of Itzkov. So Itzkov would be the, I guess the best way to call it, the Cyrillic version, the Russian name for Yitzhak. So this very well could be Baruch Berdachevsky, could be a brother to Samuel. Let's see. We didn't have any other Baruchs so far. No. Oh, I closed out. I'm gonna have to redo the search. All right. Berchevsky, any field. Okay. So, yeah, 1907. All right. So let's see marriages. Nachman Berdachevsky, Mordko Berdachevsky, son of Yu and Spola. No other Berdachevskys listed. Now we've got a lot of revision lists here. So, okay, look at this. So we've got 1875. We have Eatsko, who's 44. So this is definitely going to be way too old for what we want for Eatsko, because let's just go ahead and put this in here so we can keep track. Basically, circa 1875. So if we do find a Eatsko Berdichevsky that's like a little kid or a baby in the 1875, then that's what's going to be. That's what we're kind of looking for. But right now, I mean, we're looking at a lot of non-others because our Berdichevskys are much older. So okay, so we've got that family. Then we have this other family, 1875. Not the same family, is it? Oh, I don't know. Laser. Yeah, nothing really sticking out that much. Yeah, so yeah, we're having a little bit of trouble here. So let's do a little bit of side research. Basically, let's look at this sister, Basha Maskus. Let's see when this turns up. Maskowitz. But you know what? Actually, we had 242 George Street in Philadelphia. All right, we're gonna go to Ancestry then. Yes, Philadelphia. Let's just see what we come up with this. Dominic Maskus, Anna Maskus, Ontario Street. Although when did he arrived? 1913, so that would have been 1910 that we'd be looking for or so. William Maskus. See, I'm guessing Basha is probably not the name she went with. But I mean, we only have, I'm not only really noticing this. So that's Reed Street. All right. Let's do this then. Just double check. George Street. Nothing coming up there. East George Street. What was the address? What was the number? 242. House dwelling 2. All right, let's see if we can find somebody. You know what? Let's just take out. Let's see if we can just search that. Everybody. 1920. George Street. 242. I'm kind of going a roundabout way of finding it, but hey. So we don't know if they're going to still be living there. Oh, of course, it's a different area of George Street. Okay. So 242. Let's see if we can get closer then. That's not close enough. Chinsky, Slocker. Where is it? George Street. Yeah, Mascus is probably what is spelled wrong, which is exactly why I'm going like this. Because the other thing is we don't even know if Mascus is spelled properly in the manifest record. Where are we at here? George Street. Don't even know if we're looking in the right one. Probably not. No. There's... All right, well, we're going to make it so it's just 1920s. Okay, so we have over 300. Let's go to like the later pages, see if we can get in the 200s there. No, we're getting further out. Let's do. Oh, these people are named George. George Street. Ganaga. Ooh, that's really high up on George Street. All right. So I think it's going to be earlier pages. The other thing is they may not have even stayed living there by the 1920s because, you know, he arrives 1913. So very possible that they would have left within, 7 years. And we thus wouldn't find them even in here. But that's why we want to kind of just go ahead and find it possibly. 30. Come on, pop up. Pop up. So we already looked at page 4. Now, the fact that I'm not seeing a lot of Jewish names also right here is kind of makes it possible we're probably not in the right spot here, is because you don't always see it, but for the most part, it's neighborhoods of people of the same ancestry. So, we are seeing a lot of the people around here are Jewish, so they probably were living in this area of the street. I think this is where we already looked in this spot. Ward 16. Okay. So when we looked at revision lists, didn't get enough. So now let's see. I think the voter records are pretty much the same as what we saw. Yeah. I mean, basically, right now, this is our best possibility. Which also means that, you know, if this was a brother to Samuel, he only mentions closest relative is Faggy. So I don't know if maybe, you know, she was just the relative that would have taken precedent over the brother. But okay, so let's Berchevsky. We're looking at Burd. So let's actually see, because something a lot of people don't know. Let's see. God, I always cut myself off. Family Search has been working on digitizing records in Ukraine. So we may be able to find. No, that's Borodevsky. Deshki? Deshkik? Is that how it's spelled in Cyrillic? Because isn't that more Borodev? But that's not even Borodevsky. It's like Borodesky? Borodech? Kind of curious what Google Translate's going to translate it for. Borodachuk. Okay. What do you mean I'm signed in? Yeah, this will take some serious in-depth research stuff, which obviously I've been trying to do. But this is where the in-depth research goes, is because it's exhaustive research. And trust me, this is why it's exhaustive. Like for me, I could keep going with this stuff because this is like my bread and butter. But part of why I keep jumping around is like, okay, I need to start doing stuff that maybe is finding stuff. Whereas with a lot of this, I'm kind of jumping from one thing to the other to find something interesting. So I think we've found some interesting stuff on this line. I'm going to kind of pause the research here, and I may research on the side, and maybe I'll either do another stream in the future, tracing that further, or a video or something. But now I kind of want to switch gears and maybe go up one of these other lines and see if we might be able to find something. And maybe here, because Poltava, we have a lot. So, all right. So let's see what we've got going on with this brand family. Yeah, Sajuka, I'm not sure, but it seems that the Family Search did not digitize much about Jews in Ukraine. So right now they're working on digitizing everything. There was a big contract they had, I think, in the 90s with Family Search and the Ukrainian archives. And then for some reason, the Ukrainian archives canceled that. And they weren't. I talked about it in a video I did. I don't remember the exact details right now off the top of my head. But recently, I think it was 2021, like, or 22. It was honestly, I think after the war started, they redid a contract with Family Search once Anatoly Kromov took over the Ukrainian archive system. So I think right now they are digitizing everything, but they haven't released a lot of it just yet. Yeah. There's been a lot of projects going on in terms of digitizing these records. So a lot of photos of Herman here, who would be Little Dicky's great grandfather. So cool. So born Philadelphia, Herman Brand. Marriage of his son Jack Howard. So that would be Little Dicky's grandfather. Let's see, what is this story? Interesting. Dr. Bram dies goiter specialist. So, and this is 1955. So this must be this Israel Bram. Okay. So Dr. Israel Bram, a former instructor in endocrinology at Jefferson Medical College and a specialist in goiter. Died Wednesday. Author of several books, member of all sorts of stuff. Survived by a lot of relatives. Interesting. So, all right. So the main focus though is we want to trace things further back. So we have Simon Bram from Poltava. The death of one of the daughters, possibly. Let's see, none of them are his death. All right, so 1900, immigration year 1885. Let me see what it says for him. Of course, 1900 census is a great one. So 25 children, 5 alive. 2 of the oldest children born in Russia, so that should be actually helpful. And then grinder and polisher. For Ancestry says grater and but grinder, polisher. And then okay. So we've got the whole family there. Simon Brand. Already added that. So Bram to Poltava. So let's actually do a search for Simon Bram. See what we can come up with. Oh, that's so obituary. Simon Bram. Mr. Bram, a retired Philadelphia cutlery manufacturer. Died on Saturday following an illness of 2 weeks. He was 85 years old. He was a charter member of the United Brothers Beneficial Association. So let's see. United Brothers Beneficial Association, Philadelphia. Okay, so the Center for Jewish History, who actually just recently did a talk for, they have collections. And let's see. Actually available. One manuscript box. Okay. So contains some stuff that might have information about the grandfather in there, or great grandfather. Then we get survived by all of these different relatives. So nothing really new there. And we have the gravestone. And of course, they didn't get the back with the Hebrew, which this is a serious issue with a lot of people that go and do photos on Ancestry. And it's, I kind of understand, you just don't know, you don't realize. But with Jewish research, as we've seen, you get the Hebrew and you get the parents' names. And what a lot of English researchers who are not familiar with Jewish research do when they photograph on Find a Grave is they'll do what they've done here. They show only the front and they don't take a picture of the back. Now, it is very possible there's nothing on the back and I could just be bitching about nothing. But I would not be surprised that there would be stuff on the back, because that's how these graves are commonly done. So we can at least hear with Israel Bram, we can see his father's Shlomo. So Simon's name is Shlomo because Simon, you could be Shmuel, could be Schnur, probably not as many as that, but there's a few possible Hebrew names that they could have. But yeah, just a shame, because now someone's going to need to go here to Mount Jacob Cemetery and look to see. And what you can do sometimes is, if you see a person who is doing a lot of those photos, and you take a look at the photos that they're uploading, she's probably done a whole bunch of Mount Jacob. So if you look at a lot of the photos, you could probably find, is she taking photos of both sides, or is it just the one side? I'm not going to go through and try to figure that out. But basically, if you see that all the photos they're taking of Hebrew graves are of Jewish graves are only of one side, then that's a pretty good indication that they're skipping a lot of that stuff. All right, so we get a lot of the U.S. directories, 1920. Interesting, U.S. IRS tax assessment lists. Oh, 1864. Okay, well, we know this is not him then. All right, let's just kind of curious what we come up with here for Bram. But at least we have this, we have Poltava to go off of. Of course, tons and tons of stuff. All right. Where did he live? He was Philadelphia. Yeah. So let's see. Pennsylvania. Just see her. Not in there. Because one thing that a lot of people don't realize, if you can't find the grave on Find a Grave, Jewish Gen Jobber, JOWBR, the Jewish Online Worldwide Burial Registry, you may be able to find what you need there. So doesn't look like we have any of that family here, at least no Beth Jacob burials, which is where the Find a Grave indicated he would be. So, and then there's Jewish memorials and plaques. Sometimes you can find stuff there. tell. Yeah. All right. So now let's go for the Ukraine stuff then. Because we know that it should be Poltava. Start. We have Mendel, Yuda, Leah, Yekaterinoslav, Starokonstantinov. All right, deaths. But we're hoping for something in Poltava. And possibly a Shlomo or a Schnorr. Now, they were Rebecca Goldfarb. So based on the information we had, their first two children were born in Russia. And the oldest children are 1883 and 1886. So the 1886 must have been about 1885 because they came in 1885, I think it was. Or so. So, okay, let's... Where is... Yeah, that's right. Poltava is like its own thing. Now, funny enough, from Berdyshev. Let's kind of get an idea of what we should be looking for. Oh, Poltava. Poltava. Okay. So let's try this a different way. Any field. Now, a trick with doing any field, or the reason why I'm doing any field is because a trick to basically make it so that anywhere that it says Poltava and then the surname's Bram, it'll come up. Whereas a lot of people do town, which is great, but it's only looking for that name within the town field, where sometimes you can get the towns mentioned in notes and other parts. That can be helpful. Chapel Rochester, American Civil War. Interesting. Okay, so we're really not getting anything that great right here. So let's see for Simon. What do you say, Simon? What do you say? Now, Israel would have been born in Russia, as mentioned. That's a cool photo. Okay. So Israel Bram. I'm just kind of trying to see if there's anything that might help me in figuring out more. I think that's what we already looked at before. All right, well, let's look at his draft records and see what it says. Maybe if it has a town specific. guessing not. Yeah, no. And he would have been too old. I think we've been too old for World War II draft. I think he would have been. Oof, we are running into a lot of difficulty with this one. Okay. And I'm wondering, with Bram, it's, there's that question, is it actually, Bram, or was it something else? All right, well, let's look at what's Rebecca. What's going on with Rebecca? None of her. Goldfarb and Bram. Gesher Galicia. I don't know if they would have been in that side. Nope. Now, the best thing, if I wanted to dive in hardcore, which I guess we can do a little bit of, is using the actual Ukrainian archives and even more. I need to make it easy on myself. Wait, no. There we go. That's what I want. That's what I want. And Jewish town projects, Poltava province, and he's born in 1859. They come over 1885. So hopefully 1875. Do they have the 1875 list up? No. We have the metric books. But let's see. Would anyone in the family? No, because nothing in the 1880s. Jewish townspeople. Now part of the problem, we just don't know where they are in Poltava. Let's see, do any of these lists have surname lists with them? So the actual Poltava right there. And then Kremenchug, isn't it? Yeah, right there. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, I guess they might be somewhere in there. Was that? Wait. That's not the right letter. No, that's not. We have to look for that weird looking B for Bram. So there's the R's, there's the S, there's the F, there's the E. Okay. Unless I missed it. Oh yeah, I did. Right here. Bra. So, I mean, some version of Bram. There's the Vuz. I don't know if Sajuka, if you're still here, but if you notice Bram, I mean, my Cyrillic understanding is good enough to get kind of a phonetic pronunciation, but I don't see any that even. I mean, that's not Bram, right? That's like Braid or something like that. Radiate. I don't know. Yo no say, way yo no say. I wonder, maybe they were Vram. No. Okay, so that's a bus. So Poltava. No, it's all under the same thing. Oh, you saw Berdachevsky. Yeah, I mean, but that was a specific town too, so it's just we don't even know if they lived there. 1858. When was he born? 1859, so he might not have even been there, possibly. Okay, let's see. There's okay. Ooh, okay. Let's see. Brad. No, let's enlarge this. Brad? No. There, no, Burr. Oh, wait, no, we're not looking for Berdachevsky. Hmm. Yeah, I'm not noticing Bram. Brady? Oh wait, Brandy. Brandy. Oh yeah, I always yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah. Where am I missing? Is that, oh, right there. Sean something not. What's it say? Sujuku, what does it say? What's the name? I know it's Shaw something and Na something. I think the Vitz. That's definitely a Vitz at the end. Nasakovitz? Is that it? Did I get it right? Nasakovitz? Yeah, it'd be like Shmuel. Really? Shmuel? Is it Nasakovitz? Shmuel Nasakovitz? Yeah, I guess that the looks like the L. 72. So it's probably going to be about page 80. Okay, so there we go. Bram. Lieb. No, so Lee something. Okay, and he would have been 1874. 1870. Oh, damn it. So 1874, he would have been about 15 years old. And we see a 15-year-old right here, 11. But those are, I can't read those names. I mean, I'm not seeing enough to know for sure, but it definitely seems like we might be on to something with this brand instead of Bram. So, and then on this side should be the women, the wives and such. So, or the wives, and then these two daughters right here, 11 and 9. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm waiting. I'm keeping my eye on chat in case Sajuka says anything about it. Our resident Ukrainian. So, yeah, but I'm guessing Poltava just doesn't have a lot digitized yet, and I'm not sure if there's any specific projects to get Poltava digitized. Is Poltava is that in the area where the war is? Because I know it's pretty close. I mean, because for those who don't know, so Poltava's here, and then obviously, all the fighting has been kind of going on around here. But I don't know exactly. Sure. Yeah. All right. So, okay. So, I mean, in Poltava, the archive was damaged in the previous wars. The situation with documents is often bad in general. Yeah. Yeah. No, I know that's kind of the case too, unfortunately. But I just, with everything going on with all the digitization efforts, I'm always kind of hopeful with every, wherever in Ukraine. And I know with Alex Krakovsky, he's all the time uploading stuff that's like, here's a book that we thought was destroyed, but we found in this other archive elsewhere. So, but can you would you be able to give us the list of these names? I'm trying to read it, but I just cannot. So, I mean, Mira, maybe? Or no, not Mira, Meyer. I guess that'd be Meyer. Not sure. And then now there are also frequent attacks. Yeah. Sad to hear. Okay. So we really aren't getting we're looking at a lot of cool and interesting stuff. But Yankel. Yankel. So probably not Simon. Okay, Mendel. Yankel, Mendel. And I was right about Meyer, right? Meyer. See, my Cyrillic is okay enough to get by with documents and find names. But like if you were to ask me to read this stuff, it's like, no, you know, like right here. Vazrasti? Vazrast? Razvani? No, I'm not gonna try. And I can reckon like here, Eatsko. Eatska. Kind of a lot of those. Avram. Something really worthwhile. If you're doing Jewish genealogy research and you plan on doing record searching in the Russian Empire, learns the Cyrillic alphabet because it really makes a world of difference to be able at least to feel like you can go into these records, and even if you're not super confident, at least get an idea of like possibly finding stuff. Because I've found records on my own going through these. Obviously, I'm Sujuk is helping me here, but with my basic knowledge, I can pick out names somewhat well, and sometimes what you can do is, I think there's a tool where you can see what it looks like in cursive. So yeah, the Steve Morse website, for those who are unfamiliar. So here you have that Cyrillic alphabet, along with letters, some letters that aren't quite used much anymore. And then you can see what it looks like. So like for one of my families that I did a lot of research on, it was the Vaxer family. So it's, oops. It's a little weird. You got to kind of mess with it. Where's and so it's not like the greatest necessarily, but it kind of just gives you an idea of like, okay, that's kind of what I'm going to be looking for. Oh yeah, here we go. So just some interesting stuff. It really goes to show how if you really want to become a well-rounded genealogist, you need to be very well-rounded in your general knowledge of just language and alphabet and just all that kind of stuff. It really makes a huge difference. So I think we're coming up on about 2 hours here. So I think I'm going to be calling this stream soon. Definitely been a much lighter stream than usual with people in here. I was kind of hoping it'd be be different because I was thinking, maybe I'll get a bunch of Lil Dicky fans in here, but it seems I didn't attract any Lil Dicky fans, and instead I probably made it so a lot of my core audience was like, I don't care that much. So I don't know either way. Always happy to have everybody here. For next week, it's going to be a little bit different for both streams. If you were part of the stream earlier this week, you probably already heard the announcement I gave, but I'm going to be at Roots Tech next week. I'll be flying out on Tuesday when I'm usually actually, streaming. And because of that, I won't be streaming. So I'm planning to probably stream on Monday instead on the Reaction channel. And then for Friday's stream, what I'll be doing is I will be focusing on, or not focusing on, for Friday's stream, what I'll be doing is I'll be doing a live stream from Roots Tech, walking around with in the expo hall and maybe elsewhere and chatting with who knows who and checking out all sorts of stuff. And I figure that should be a lot of fun. Give all the folks at home that aren't able to really go to Roots Tech in person to at least get kind of a natural in-person feel of what it's like. So, I mean, it's really, I like to think of Roots Tech in the sense is like Comic-Con meets genealogy. You know, it's like, it's not quite like a lot of the smaller conferences that most folks are used to, where it's, you know, it's all talks and then there are some meetings and then maybe a couple of special events, but not much beyond that. Whereas with Roots Tech, it's a massive expo hall with tons and tons of vendors of all sorts that, you know, even stuff that's only just tangentially genealogy wise, lots of new stuff, you know, in terms of, you know, tools and things like that. And they have a lot more stuff geared towards fun and enjoyable things, not just, you know, most conferences, you go to the expo hall and it's just vendors selling you stuff. And obviously it's like that there, but it's a bit more. And if, I mean, I actually have some of my older stuff. You know what? Well, I don't care. We'll pull it up now. Some of my older stuff, older videos, that is, I did a lot of Roots Tech stuff. Share. There we go. Yeah. Okay, so hopefully the audio should share. So like I have this full playlist from 2020, the last one right before COVID. Literally, it was like a week before COVID was, or like the pandemic was officially announced in a sense, or I forgot exactly what it was, but there's some like official, the pandemic is here. That happened a week after Roots Tech. But I did a walk through.
Where to?
Home.
Okay. So this is it. This is the Salt Palace in Salt Lake City, Utah. And so you can kind of see, I mean, this is just part of the entrance. Now, one of the nice things is I'm not going to be filming on my camera. So, or I don't think this was filmed on my camera. Oh, that's fine. Walking by. So those two guys right there, that's Doug Cohen and Ken Bravo, who were part of IAJGS board of directors for a long time. Doug just left the board. Ken left the board a few years ago. And I'm on that board. So you can see that's by the way.
See you guys later.
So, yeah, maybe I'm sure Roots Tech smells better than Comic-Con. Yeah, I imagine so. So, oh, hey, look at that. I haven't liked my own video. I do like it. But I'm going to have this camera that I got here, this DJI Pocket 2, and it's designed, it's got a gimbal on it. So it's, you know, turns around like that. And so basically, you know, it's a stabilizer. So, but I'm going down the escalator there, and straight ahead of me, if those gates were open, that's where the expo hall is. And you can see on the floor all that stuff. It is huge. Oh, yeah. So, okay. So there's the expo hall. Oh, yeah. This is an expo hall video. And let's, we don't need to watch this. No cosplay of dead relatives, though. That would make Roots Tech interesting. Yeah. But there are a lot of people that dress up, and we'll see some of that in here, like Catherine Schober, who runs a German translation company specializing in old German script. Yeah. So, and here, this was that year they had the coaches corner. So when you go to Roots Tech, you can sign up for the coaches corner and basically have people that help you. There you can see Canon had a booth, and you could go get free photos, or I think maybe you had to pay for it or something. And then you can see here, this is where, you know, everyone's getting help. So for all the people that are always like, oh, geez, if only I could get more help and all of that, you'd be surprised how much going to a singular conference could really help you. But Roots Tech really is beyond all of those. So, my idea with this video is just walk around, give people the chance. But for next week's stream on Friday, I'll be doing this live on the stream. So instead of you seeing me here sitting down, you'll see me walking around and doing all of that. So, yeah. Let's see if we can find the part with Catherine. Here we go.
Still available this year, and it's everything I wish I would have known when I was first learning the Old German script. But the very exciting news is that this year I have a brand new book, The Magic of German Church Records, and it goes a deep dive into reading German church records. So the purpose of this book is to show you that you don't need to speak German to be able to decipher your ancestors' record. So I'm very excited about it. It's available at my booth and also online on Amazon, so check it out. And the final thing I have available is my Reading the Old German Handwriting online course. So if you really want to learn the Old German script, you can go to my website, find the course, and it takes you from learning the alphabet all the way to deciphering German records. I love it. People have loved it so far, and hopefully you'll love it too.
Yeah, that pretty much is a cosplay. That's why I was saying that. So that area right there, they're passing, this is the media area. So like for Roots Tech, they get big name keynote people to come in and talk. And, Donny Osmond was last year, I think. Was it Donny Osmond last year? I think it was. Yeah. Or no, he was Roots Tech 2019. And yeah, but there's just either way, there's been a ton of them. And funny enough, for anyone who's a big YouTube fan, if you're familiar with Pleasant Green, he was actually here at the conference. I wonder if that was him. He was here at the conference and he was helping run the media area. So, my favorite spot, the Genie booth. So, doing all this stuff later.
Very cool. Well, can you give us a little bit of a demonstration?
So the way the German longsword works is that there are fundamental guards. Wolltag, Ox, Flug, Langlor, Albert, Schreckut, Hicken. And anytime you do a cut, you move in between this. You can go from Wolltag and cut Oberhaupt to Langlor, or you can go Wolltag and cut down to Flug. And if you're here, and there, then you can transfer it to other guards as well. Now what's nice is that you can actually put these all together in logos like this, which go from Schreckut up to Ox, down cut, Langlor, back to Hicken, back around. And the beauty of a double-edged sword like this is that because there are two edges, you can cut with the edge that's basically on short edge first, and then fall through the long edge. Yeah, and if you want more information just like this, you can go to toto.world, and you can find more about German longsword in particular, as well as other martial arts from all over.
So yeah, lots of cool stuff. So okay, I think with that, I'm going to go ahead and call the stream just over 2 hours. So thank you everybody for joining today, and I'll see you. Hopefully, see a bunch of you on Monday, and then hopefully I'll see a ton of you when I stream on Friday from Roots Tech. You all have a wonderful rest of your Friday or Saturday if you're in Europe. I'm guessing at this. Oh wait, parts of Europe or not Europe. A lot of the world. Either way, have a wonderful weekend.